Friends gather around. Let's talk about Giorgia Meloni, Italy's Prime Minister. She's known for her forthright views. Recently, she's been making waves with her calls for Africa's freedom. Yes, you heard that right. Freedom. Meloni argues Africa is still shackled by colonialism. Her solution, the Mattei plan, has raised eyebrows. Now, you might be thinking positive vibes, just smile network. This is heavy stuff for a comedy show, but I got a laugh. I'm sure you meant to keep it positive. But sometimes the most absurd situations reveal the most about us. We're going on a safari through global politics. Yes, you heard me. This channel is not about politics. However, ever since Ibrahim Traore is now part of this channel content with his positive impact on this nation, you're going to hear that word politics. And trust me, it's going to be a bumpy ride. Let's rewind the tape, shall we? Back in the good old days when Europe apparently had nothing better to do than carve up Africa like a birthday cake. Except, instead of frosting, they used exploitation. And instead of candles, they used, let's just say it wasn't pretty. For centuries, European powers treated Africa like their own personal piggy bank. They plundered its resources, enslaved its people, and drew borders with all the care and precision of a toddler with crayons. The result? A continent grappling with poverty, instability, and a severe case of PTSD. And don't think for a second that this is all ancient history. The legacy of colonialism still casts a long shadow over Africa. It's like that guest who overstays their welcome at a party, except instead of hugging the snacks, they're hugging economic opportunities and political stability. So, where does Italy fit into all of this? Well, let's just say they weren't exactly innocent bystanders during the colonial era. Remember that whole Roman Empire thing? Now, Meloni's Mattei plan is supposed to be Italy's big redemption arc. They're pledging billions of euros to support development projects in Africa. She's also hoping to curb migration to Italy, but tying aid to migration control? So, is Meloni's call for African freedom a genuine turning point? Or is it just another example of the West trying to have its cake and eat it too? The jury's still out, folks, but one thing's for sure, it's got everyone talking. Some folks are cautiously optimistic. They see it as a sign that Europe is finally waking up to its colonial hangover. Others are more cynical. They think it's just a PR stunt, a way for Italy to assert its influence in a rapidly changing world. The truth, as always, is probably somewhere in between. But one thing's for sure, Africa's future won't be determined by well-meaning speeches or even well-funded aid packages. It'll be determined by Africans themselves. And that's a beautiful thing.